we extend a warm welcome to Ms. Akanksha Jain Bahl. She currently serves as an Associate Director of Marketing at PepsiCo. Prior to her role at PepsiCo, she served as a Consumer and Marketing Insights Lead at Godfrey Phillips India Limited, and she also worked for Kantar as a key accounts lead for brands such as GSK and Dabur.
Right. And I honestly, when Dhruv asked me to, pick a topic within marketing in FMCG, I was slightly unsure as to what aspect of marketing should I pick. And then I decided to pick up one of the topics, which I'm very, very passionate about, which is about building brands with purpose. And I really hope you enjoyed this session. uh, I would have loved to be there in person, but I believe that this is also something that we can work around. All right, so is everybody in a particular session, is it in a classroom, or everybody is operating from home? Dhruv, if you can let me know, how is the setup right now?
Yeah, it's mostly people operating from their home.
All right.
Yeah.
It would be great to see some of the faces. I'm not sure if people are comfortable switching on cameras, but yeah, if during the course of the session, if you feel that you want to turn on your camera, that will be great. All right. So, let's talk about building brands with purpose. And I would like the session to be as interactive as possible. So, I do see we have a nice chat box. So, let's see if we can engage via the chat box or on, voice interaction. So, all right, we have a volunteer, Karthik. Thank you so much for turning on your camera. Perfect. I hope to see more faces during the session, but guys, absolutely. Oh, we have another one. Perf. Thank you so much. All right. So, guys, let's start. Let's start by hearing from you rather than me. I don't want this to be a monologue. So, let's first talk about brands. And without thinking much, can you please put in your chat box the first brand that comes to your mind when I say the word brand? Zomato. Wow, somebody's hungry. Nike, one of my favorite brands indeed. All right, guys, don't think so much. Otherwise, it's not a spontaneous response. ITV, okay, Netflix, nice. Apple, of course, always Apple. Swiggy, Spotify, interesting. Very, very nice. Thank you. Oh, of course, Myntra, again, one of my favorite brands. All right, now if I were to give you 5 seconds, please take 5 seconds, all of you. Let's pause here and then tell me which is your favorite brand. Let's be sure. Favorite brand. Okay, Netflix is definitely top of mind and favorite. Colgate, interesting choice. Apple is always for the premium. Nice. Zomato. So beyond e-com, where are the rest of the FMCG brands? I don't see anything. Okay, another one, Blinkit. Last mile deliveries. Nobody likes Lay's? Nestle, okay, thank God. There's one. But which brand in Nestle? ITC. Cadbury, interesting. Domino's. All right, all right. This is a great bunch of brands. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. All right. So like I said, marketing is vast, and it's very very important that we get the marketing strategies right. And towards that, one of the deeper meaning or deeper purposes is brand purpose. I'm just give me 1 second. I'll try and project the deck that I had built in 1 second. All right, Dhruv, you might have to guide me. I'm using the shared button. There's a Chrome tab, window. Okay, I think I figured it out. Okay, there is an error. Interesting. Can you see my screen by any chance?
No, ma'am, not yet.
All right, let me try it again.
Yeah, now it's visible.
Okay, perfect. All right. Okay, I'm trying to put this in the presentation mode. Let me know if it works. Is it in the presentation mode?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you see the entire screen, or is it in the reader's mode?
We can see the entire thing. Yeah.
All right, perfect. All right. Okay. So, what is brand purpose? Brand purpose is about the reason why brands exist. It's about the meaningful why, as to why this brand is there for the consumers. It's that higher order benefit that the brand offers to the consumers in ways which are as clear or it can be as latent. And why is it important to have a brand purpose? So the reason to have brand purpose again can differ from the brand lens and from the consumer lens. From the brand lens, it's the right thing to do. It's the important thing that you should always focus on. From the consumer lens, the fact that there are just so many options for the consumer, be it any category, whether it's like you said, e-com, whether it's fashion, whether it's FMCG, from toiletries, from personal care, laptops, phones, everything. And consumer is just fleeting. It's just moving from one brand to another. And therefore, we need deeper connections. We need deeper connections between the brands and the consumers. We need strong brand affinity. Come what may. If my brand is not available, God forbid that happens. But the fact if Lay's is not available, I will wait another day, but I will only have Lay's, for example. And then, of course, the kind of equity the brand commands, the kind of value the brand has, and therefore it drives all the KPIs, whether it's sales, whether it's equity, whether it's consumer love, and more. And therefore, it's important that brands keep on investing in brand purpose to have a sense of genuine connection, not a fleeting love affair.
Excuse
Great
me.
consumer.
Yeah. Sorry for interrupting, ma'am. You're still in the reader's mode actually. So to get the full screen view, you just have to go to the bottom right corner and go to the fourth or the fifth option that's given over there.
Yeah, it's not letting me. I am trying to. It's showing me an annotation.
Just go to the bottom right corner.
It's still stop annotation. Okay, just let me try. Right, not my friend here.
It's beside the place where you control the zoom.
No, I get it, but it's not letting me click that option. Okay, let me stop
Oh,
share and let me see if I can do it again. I still see only two faces. I hope to see more by the time I'm figuring out the technicalities. Guys, feel free to come. All right, there is an error. All right, can I do one thing? Can I share my presentation with you, Dhruv? Will that be better?
all right, sure.
Okay. Let me see if I can mail it across. Should I just mail it on the same email ID I wrote yesterday on?
You can send it to me on WhatsApp as well.
I have just sent it on that email that I believe will be faster. Let me know if you get it. No presentation is complete without technical glitches.
Yeah, sorry for that, ma'am.
No worries, no worries. It's always the case. It's always been the case for the last 20 years. Cool. As long as so for the in the time you get the presentation and put it on presentation mode, let's discuss. So I was just saying that brand purpose is something that the brands have realized now, and a lot of brands have started investing in it, likely to heavily. It depends on what phase the brand is in and how much realization that the brand has now. So now that we're talking about brand purpose, again, let's see how much you guys are aware. Are you aware of any brands which are investing in brand purpose? If yes, let me see how many of you know about brand purpose in the chat box, please. Okay, the first brand, somebody call out the first brand which is investing in brand purpose. TCS. Oh, that's an interesting one. I did not know about TCS brand purpose. Interesting. Okay. Clearly is some Tata, of course. Tata is heavily. Dove, oh, one of my favorite brands. We'll talk about Dove today. Aditya, do you know what about Dove they are investing in? Any idea? Levers? Okay, Levers is a portfolio of brands. Which brand? Nike, of course. Nike Archit, great response. Nike has done some wonderful work. Body positivity. Okay, close. It's quite close. Interesting. Great response, Aditya. Any more responses? Arushi, which brand in levers? Would be great to know which brands are you referring to. Any more brands? Any more brands? No pressure, guys. It's okay. Any more brands if you're aware of? Can be wrong.
Can you see my screen now?
Yes, we I can see you.
And just confirm once it's in the full screen, please.
Lakme. Okay. I don't know about the work on Lakme, but interesting. Thank you for telling me. Patagonia. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, ma'am, is it in the full screen mode now?
Yes.
All right, yeah.
All right. We can move to, the next one, please. Yeah. So, Dhruv, from here, once I talk about the campaign, there are links in every slide. Once I give you a cue, you can play that on, it's a YouTube link.
Sure.
All right, perfect. So great responses, team. Very, very nice to see that you're very well aware about the work that's happening across marketing. Very good. So now I'll talk about one of my favorite brands, Lay's. I handle the potato chips category across Africa, Middle East, and South Asia. So I work across brands. In India, the biggest potato chip brand is Lay's, and it's very close to my heart. It's an iconic brand. It's been around for decades. It's ultimately a potato chip brand and therefore deeply rooted in agro. The journey for a chip starts at the farm. And therefore, we have been working with 27,000 farmers in over so many years, I think more than 25 years. And therefore, the best cue or the best place for the work on Lay's purpose had to be those farms. All right. So we started the journey where we realized that there are a lot of problems that the farmers are actually facing. And these are real problems. These are actual climate problems. And, the biggest challenge that India has versus any other market is that the land size or the farm size for one farmer is very small. And usually these land sizes are so small and they're scattered. And some of these farms may be as far as, many kilometers apart. And then because the land size is small, the technology is limited, the farmer is dependent on manual ways of solving for any kind of issues. So what they do is, just imagine any farm in India, and especially towards the West Bengal side, there are small farmlands, and the farmer physically every morning visits each farm plot and checks, if there is an infestation, is the water supply enough, is it dry, is it the fertilizer is not enough, etc., etc. And then the second day, he will take another trip to another farm because they're just so scattered, he physically cannot visit all farms in one day. And sometimes the rotation may be a few days, maybe a couple of weeks, etc. And what happens in this process is because the rainfall is not decided, the levels of water is not there, the sunlight is not predictable, etc., etc. By the time he makes a visit to say farm X, the crop is already damaged. Therefore, a lot of these farmers, we don't need to, we all know what are the type of problems the farmers are facing. And therefore, it was high time that, Lay's made some progress here and helped and supported the farmers by doing some kind of intervention. And this is where I, with my team, we gave birth to this project, which is called the Lay's Smart Farms. What is Lay's Smart Farms? It's actually a real-time monitoring system that uses satellite imagery and remote sensing. And along there's a lot of machine learning that has happened over the last 4 years. And we create an early warning system for the farmer. In simple terms, when there is a problem in the farmer will get a simple message on his phone saying that, hello, this plot has infestation. And in a very simple language that the farmer can understand with color codes, with an alert, etc., etc. Similarly, if there is a rain, there's a shortage of rain, there's something else, there's over irrigation, there is a leakage that's happened, something, all of this will happen real time. And this really makes the life of the farmer much simpler, so he can take necessary measures in time and save a lot of crop. So this work, again, like I said, has been really, really close to me. I'm very passionate about this, and this has been acknowledged, appreciated at one of the most prestigious marketing forums, Cannes. I'm sure you're aware of Cannes, across multiple categories, walk, and also at BAM. So please have a look at this, and then I will, call for your point of view as well. So Dhruv, if you can just play the link, please see the sound share is there so that we can all hear it as well. Thank you.
Sure. Can you see it?
Due to global climate change, the planet is experiencing extreme and unpredictable weather conditions, which are posing as a threat to Indian agriculture because our farming practices are heavily reliant on seasonal patterns. Sadly, there's no pattern anymore. Our age-old knowledge is irrelevant. The only way to farm now is to inspect every crop every single day to add to their struggle. Farmlands in India are spread over distances of 20 kilometers, making everyday monitoring humanly impossible. Lay's partners with 27,000 farmers to procure potatoes, which means their problem is our problem. So to solve this, Lay's collaborated with Cropin and leading satellite agencies to create Smart Farm, a SaaS platform that uses satellite imagery and remote sensing to build an early warning system. We have trained the AI with data from the last 4 years of over 3,000 hectares of Lay's contract farms. By overlaying live satellite image onto historical data combined with weather and time, it analyzes factors that affect growth patterns of the crop. For instance, the variation in green indicates the intake of nitrogen. Gradients of yellow show signs of water stress. Unevenness of crop indicates signs of disease, among many more. We simplify all this information for the farmer as color codes and share it as an early warning to their smartphones.
It captures every detail. It even recognized that I had a faulty sprinkler. It detected early signs of blight disease and warned me 7 days in advance.
This tells them where and what human intervention is needed.
With this technology being open to us, even the next generation that didn't want to farm will now come back to farm.
Not only does it make farming climate resilient, but predicts crop pandemics, ensures financial stability of farmers, and will create food security for generations to come.
If you solve for India, you can solve for any developed country, and we are seeing this.
All right. Do you guys find it interesting? Any more comments? Would be great to hear some girls here in chat or on voice. I read about Patagonia. It's a great example, Tanvi. Thank you. I didn't know much about it, but I read about it while they were playing it. What about Slay Smart Farm? Do you find it interesting? Yes, you can say no. Thank you, Vedang. Anything that strikes your mind? Very different from what you've seen on TV, the Lay's ads, the Lay's campaigns that you see, something which is very, very different here. But you see the connection, the fact that, it's solving a problem for the farmer, but the fact that it's doing so much more. There are a lot of, I don't want to touch upon the sad realities, but so many farmers are losing their lives because of the crops being lost. There's another generation of farmers, the next generation of farmers do not want to do farming because, the fact that they do not see value in this, it's solving for that. It's bringing technology to the grassroots levels at a very low cost, which is affordable for the farmers, and therefore, so much more help. It's also leading to a lot of crop saving. So more and more crop produce. So you see the cycle. So there is a small initiative that the Lay's team has done, and how it kind of creates a ripple effect one after the other into so much more financial independence for the farmer, better education for the farmer kids, electricity in farmer households, and so much more. It's almost like when you do start from one corner, it ends in the absolute other corner, which is infinite possibilities. So that's one. The second one is again very, very interesting. I was very, very thrilled to work on this project along with my team. But before I do that, I want to hear, are you all based in Delhi, I'm assuming? Dhruv, we are all based in Delhi? All the students are based in Delhi?
Yeah, we are all based in Delhi.
Perfect. So if you're based in Delhi, you know that every winters in Delhi, we face one of the major challenges. Please tell me, what is that challenge? You can call out, you can put it in chat. What is the major problem we face in Delhi during winters in the month of November? Pollution. Pollution, absolutely. All right, perfect. Bang on. Yes, it's pollution, but it's just not pollution. It's grave level of air pollution. And it's so bad. It's so bad that the schools are shut. We sometimes get work from home for offices. We have to install air purifiers. We have to do minimum outdoors, etc., etc. It's unimaginable. And do you know why this air pollution happens? These dense level of air pollutions. What is the main trigger for that? Any ideas why there is so much pollution in the month of November?
Yeah, ma'am. Mainly because of the burning of agricultural waste from the nearby areas.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thanks, Dhruv. Thanks, Arushi, Vedang, Tanvi. Yes, it's stubble burning, it's crop burning. I think we all have learned the word stubble burning because we all face huge crisis when this happens. And the fact that this is real, farmers are forced, or not exactly forced, but they have to burn stubble because that's a farm waste and they have to get rid of this farm waste. And the easiest way to get rid of this farm waste is to burn it. And even if they don't want, the cost of disposing this farm waste somewhere else is so high that they cannot afford to do something else about it. There are a lot of initiatives that's happening, but we still face this challenge. And the fact that they need to burn this crop waste is because they have to plant the next session or the next season of crop. Because unlike old times where we would leave the crops in the field for a long time and let them erode and let the insects and pests, whatever, work naturally and create a biofertilizer and wait for 3-4 months, we are under so much stress, of making maximum produce from our farmlands, that the rotation of crops has become really fast, real fast. So therefore, the easiest way and the fastest way is to get rid is by burning them. And this was a huge problem. So again, Lay is being very, very close to the whole agro platform, but decided that there's something we have to do which will absolutely create an intervention. So we worked on a project which is called biochar, the project biochar. It actually creates a furnace. It's a simple furnace which is created by material which is available on the farm. It's a technical, again, I will say, let's not get into the technical space of it, but the fact it allows the farmer to burn the farm produce in the furnace on the farm. It's an incomplete combustion, if you understand from the scientific aspects of it. What happens is when the farm produce or the farm waste is actually burnt in absence of oxygen or presence of little of oxygen, it turns into a fertilizer which is called biochar. It can be used to go like a manure or like a fertilizer which can go back to the farms. And it will reduce the pollution or the amount of pollution created by the same crop burning by a significant proportion. It leads to reinvesting of that as biochar. And then, of course, it solves a lot of problems of pollution. So this was a huge intervention that we had taken. We are still working on it. It's still work in progress. But happy to share our project, Biochar, by Liz. Dhruv, if you can just share the video, please.
Sure, just a second.
To ensure food security for more than 1 billion people, Indian farmers are put through immense pressure. They are forced to increase the number of crop cycles per year, pushing them to clear the land quickly for the next seeding by stubble burning.
Stubble burning, stubble burning.
Stubble burning. Farmers in Haryana and Punjab burn their stubble. The toxic smoke travels to Delhi.
Literally cause people to choke.
The smog is so bad, you can see it from space.
And a lot of this is because of stubble burning.
We know this is wrong. It causes pollution. But we are helpless. Do we have any other option?
Presenting the Biochar Project, a new, affordable and sustainable way of burning stubble. Lays for decades has been partnering with over 27,000 farmers across India. So we decided to make their farming sustainable. We partnered with Punjab Agricultural University to create earthen chambers for controlled burning that reduces pollution.
We can fill this chamber with 4 acres of stubble in one cycle. Then we burn the stubble and seal it.
Because of the heat, air expands and exits through the small holes with high pressure, which significantly reduces the amount of oxygen coming in. Due to less oxygen, incomplete combustion happens, which generates approximately 50% less pollution compared to open burning. This process converts stubble into carbon-rich biochar. This biochar is used as a biofertilizer to increase the yield of the potato harvest by 19%.
Because we use local materials, making these chambers cost under $150. It's a small investment which can be recovered with just one harvest.
As this pilot project spreads to every farmer in Punjab, we will leave a sustainable future for the next generation.
All right, so this was biochar, again a very, very critical project that we have undertaken to curb pollution. So this is the work that I had led on Lays in over the past few years. I also have a lot of award-winning campaigns that I'm inspired with, and I would like to talk about those. But the way I'm seeing for the next few minutes is to hear from you guys. So if you can just maybe stop sharing screen, Dhruv, for a second. I really hope this session is meaningful and you guys are liking it. It's not as boring as I'm thinking it is. Can I have a show of faces, please? I would really want to hear from the students here. Come on, girls. I have not seen a single girl here. I can read the chats. There is Arushi, there is Tanvi. All right, there is a candidate, Vedant. Great. Okay, Sanskriti, thank you. Can I see a few more faces, please? Come on, this is not as boring as it sounds. I see Nana on screen. Nana, can we have you? Can we see your camera, please? Because the next few campaigns that I have, okay, I have IIT, thank you. I really want to hear from you guys. It doesn't have to be a monologue from my end to you. All right, one more and then we can go on. Who's the next one? The next lucky one. All right, thank you, Abhay. You have completed our count. And with this, let's move on, Dhruv, to the next campaign. So I would like to hear from Per, Vedang, Abhay, Sanskriti, and IIT, the ones who have been bold enough to show their faces on the next few campaigns. All right, great, perfect. Dhruv, let's go to the next one. This is again a very inspiring campaign. Somebody talked about the brand Dove. There are campaigns which have happened across the world. And there are also campaigns which have happened in India. Let's see what they have done. Some of the really nice, the Cannes award-winning campaigns.
I'm a forensic artist. Worked for the San Jose Police Department from 1995 to 2011.
I showed up to a place I'd never been, and there was a guy with a drafting board.
We couldn't see them, they couldn't see us.
Tell me about your hair.
I didn't know what he was doing, but then I could tell after several questions that he was drawing me.
Tell me about your chin.
It kind of protrudes a little bit, especially when I smile.
Your jaw.
My mom told me I had a big jaw.
What would be your most prominent feature?
Kind of have a fat, rounder face.
The older I've gotten, the more freckles I've gotten.
I would say I have a pretty big forehead.
Once I get a sketch, I say thank you very much, and then they leave. I don't see them.
All I had been told before the sketch was to get friendly with this other woman, Chloe.
Today I'm going to ask you some questions about a person you met earlier, and I'm going to ask you some general questions about their face.
She was thin, so you could see her cheekbones. And her chin, it was a nice, thin chin.
She had nice eyes. They lit up when she spoke.
Cute nose.
She had blue eyes, very nice blue eyes.
So here we are. This is the sketch that you helped me create, and that's a sketch that somebody described of you.
So yeah, that's...
She looks closed off and fatter, sadder too. The second one looks more open, friendly, and happy.
I should be more grateful of my natural beauty. It impacts the choices and the friends that we make, the jobs we apply for, how we treat our children. It impacts everything. It couldn't be more critical to your happiness.
Do you think you're more beautiful than you say?
Yeah. Yeah.
We spend a lot of time as women analyzing and trying to fix the things that aren't quite right. And we should spend more time appreciating the things that we do like.
Do you guys get what is happening here? There's a forensic artist who's called, and the women describe themselves. And you know how critical we are. My nose is not correct, it's round, my chin is not like that, etc., etc. But when we meet other women and the way they describe how we look, it turns out to be so much more beautiful. And that's the beauty, the way how overcritical we are of ourselves. And therefore, this is the place where Dove seeps in. And somebody, I think there was a person who called out Dove. Now, I would not like to know, what exactly is Dove trying to do here? What is that deep or higher order message? Oh, lovely. I see a lot of girls. Great girls. Absolutely wonderful to see all of you. What is the deep, higher order message that the brand Dove is trying to touch upon? Anybody, guys, go ahead. You can unmute and call out. I'm all ears.
So I think it's body positivity and positive self-image.
Positive self-image. Okay, that's amazing. All right. Anybody else wants to say?
I think they emphasize on how different women perceive beauty and how we often underestimate ourselves. So seeing ourselves from the perspective of someone else.
Absolutely. How much we underestimate ourselves. Absolutely. Great point, Sanskriti. Arushi saying you're beautiful anyway. Absolutely. Real beauty. Real beauty. Absolutely. The word is real beauty. You know what is real beauty? Has so many more definitions, and we try and chase different things. Any other points? Girls, I want to hear more girls here. I see Naina, you want to say something?
Yeah, sure. So most of the women didn't see the portraits that were drawn for them. So that shows how underconfident and so insecure they were about their faces that they didn't even, want you to see their own face that somebody drew for them. So
such a great point. They're so insecure. They're so underconfident, despite the fact they're so good looking. Because again, Aditya is saying because they have set themselves to unrealistic standards. Absolutely. We are chasing something which is way away. We are already beautiful. Great point, Naina, Aditya. Love it. Anything else? Tanisha, Arshia, you
I
want to add
also
on?
feel that it wasn't just about the physical features. So there was one depiction where the woman describing herself showed herself as a very introvert woman, but the other man described her seemed out to be so friendly and so outgoing. So I think just beyond the physical features, it was this also.
Absolutely, Arushi. Great point. One of the women said that, I described myself as sad, but the other portrait said she's happier, more outgoing, and this reflects in your daily lives. And the fact when you treat your children, the way you treat your children, the way you do when you go to your job. Great point. Anything else, girls? Arshia, Tanisha, anything to add on?
I think the brand Dove is trying to build a real connection with the people through this. They're trying to, enable people and especially women to root out the insecurities that we might have about ourselves and actually explore and see the real beauty from others' perspectives.
Again, great point, Arshia. The fact you actually touched all the notes. See, the first thing is it's talking about what real beauty is. In all of these, the entire work stream, they're saying that real beauty is something that you already are. You don't have to chase something. And what it is building with the consumer? Real connections, the way you called out. It's not those fleeting, look great, turn your skin white, make your eyes this, turn your hair something else. Everything is beautiful. Absolutely. I think Dove will be very happy to hear such great views from such great youth. I also have one more Dove campaign. I just love Dove campaigns. They just give me goosebumps. I have one from India. Let's also have a look if you guys are game.
Sure.
Great. We'll hear boys on this one. I want to hear the boys on the Dove campaign on the next one, Dhruv. All right. I'm sure you would have seen it.
इधर देख जरा, ऊपर कर।
मैं पढ़ाई कर रही हूँ।
हाँ, पढ़ लेना। रुक ना, इससे रंग साफ होता है। आधे घंटे बाद धो लेना।
अभी तो स्कूल खत्म भी नहीं हुआ कि घर वाले मेरी शादी का रिपोर्ट कार्ड बना रहे हैं। रंग रूप के कितने नंबर कट गए।
कमर 44।
रुकिए बेटा, बेटा पेट अंदर, सांस खींचो, पेट अंदर करो। अरे पेट अंदर करो, सांस खींचो, खींचो खींचो खींचो। अब लो जी नाप।
वजन के कितने नंबर घट गए।
39।
इसका रिपोर्ट कार्ड बना रहे हैं।
वेदिका
कहते हैं तू सुंदर नहीं तो तेरी शादी के नियम अलग होंगे। हाँ या ना लड़का कहेगा। तू सुनेगी, चुप रहेगी। पढ़ लिख के लायक बनो नहीं, किसी पढ़े लिखे के लायक बनो, ये समझा रहे हैं। कहते हैं चेहरे पे तेरे दाग जितने उतने समझौते करने पड़ेंगे। पापा को गाड़ी देनी पड़ेगी, उसके बाद ही तेरी डोली उठेगी। अभी से सिखा रहे हैं, ये दिखा रहे हैं कि आईना मुझसे प्यार नहीं करता। इस खूबसूरती के रिपोर्ट कार्ड से नजर हटा के तो देखो, मेरी नजर से नजर मिला के तो देखो।
स्कूल जाती उम्र से ही इंडिया की 80% लड़कियों को ब्यूटी टेस्ट का सामना करना पड़ता है। डव कहता है स्टॉप द ब्यूटी टेस्ट।
right. I'm sure you would have seen this campaign at some point in time. Let's hear what the boys have to say about the Dove campaign. Any incremental thoughts before basis what we discussed on the previous one? How is this one different? All right, let's ask, how is this campaign, the one that's been done for India, different from what we had seen previously? Or the girls can also pitch in if the boys are shy.
I think in India, color tone is also something which people discriminate a lot based on. So that was something brought in here. And also the fact that child marriages was also brought into the picture. So that is something which was different in our scenario.
Absolutely, Tanisha. I think it's a very valid point. The color, the dark skin, fair skin thing is ingrained in our minds. It's very unfortunate. Anything else? Boys, come on. Let's hear from you. All right. Abhay has decided to put it in chat. Both child marriage and marriage culture in absolutely. When it comes to marriage, there is an unrealistic expectation of beauty. Even if you read the matrimonial ads that come in the newspaper, as of today, they will say fair girl wanted of this height. Everything else is auxiliary, which is amazing. All right, Aditya, go ahead. You don't have to raise a hand. Please go ahead. Show yourself and shoot.
Yeah, thank you. And all of these are probably very firmly related to the dowry culture in India. It's like bargaining the value of a woman's child, and it's very disheartening, is what I think is different from the campaign.
You're absolutely right. It's that the subtle message of the fact that you don't look beautiful and therefore we have to pay a higher dowry. It's really disheartening. I completely agree. Come on, boys. Anything else to add? Sandeep, please call it out. You don't have to put it in the chat. Can we hear you? Oh, it's a great point. It's a great point, Sandeep. We've decided to put it in chat, but the fact that this conversation happens at such a young age. It's not something which is, she's just a teenager. It's not happening when she's 20 plus. It's happening when she is so young. She's 13, she's 14, she's 16, and she's told that don't wear specs. Your skin tone is not right. You have pimples. You etc. etc. It's very, very sad. And therefore, anything different from what Dove is trying to do here? Anything that you feel different? What is it trying to do from a purpose perspective, which is a slightly different facet of what we saw earlier? Anybody go and take a stab at that. We said the last one was about solving for insecurity, appreciating real beauty, real connections with the consumers. What is it that's trying to do differently here? It's still about real beauty, but what is it different?
So in the previous campaign, they were talking about our inner insecurities, but in this one, they are talking about the social taboos that have been created for us.
Right, absolutely. Social taboo is the ecosystem, but what is it solving for the young girls out here? From a purpose perspective, what is it trying to solve for among the young girls? All right, one last chance. Anybody wants to take a stab at this?
Maybe to not reduce them to their looks since their childhood. Not tell them that all their worth is just looks, even from...
Yeah, absolutely, Tanisha. Self-esteem. You're told that you don't look great, so you should have low self-esteem. You should solve for your issues. You should solve for your looks, and therefore, you will be acceptable. So the problem that the brand is trying to solve for is, low self-esteem. The girl should not feel that they don't look good. They should hold themselves in high regard. And that is, again, connected with real beauty. And once there is a sense of real beauty, the consumers will build real connections with the brand. All right, great participation, guys. I really, really appreciate that. I have two more, but in the interest of time, I want to show one more campaign. Let's hear in the chat, which one do you want to see? You want to see Whisper, which is again a huge case study, which is an award-winning, Cannes award-winning Grand Prix winner, or you want to see Corona? We can see one. Can I see in the chat, please? Which one? Come on, you want to see the Corona case study or you want to see the Whisper case study? All right, Dhruv is the first one to vote. Any more? One more from Aditya. Oh, wow. It's a unanimous Whisper. All PNG fans. I love it. All right. I would have also said Whisper. It's amazing. So Dhruv, may I request you to please go to the second last slide, which is the missing chapter. It's a beautiful work which was done by the PNG team and the Leo Burnett. It has won Grand Prix. It is one of my favorite works that has happened so far. I've been very close to the campaign, and as a viewer, please see this and hope you will appreciate this.
More, yena, more, tani, more, yena, tani, pacha, tani, yena, pacha, kili, pacha, yena, kili, mom, kili, yena, ma, teacher, amma, yena, teacher, kanaka, teacher, yena, kanaka, veetu, kanaka, yena, veedu, yena, madi, yena, mota, padani, yena, padani, yena, vada, vada, yena, ama, yena, kulo, tiri, yena, tiri, vadaku, tiri, yena, vadaku, kuttu, yena, kuttu, kuma, kuttu. More, yena, more, tani, yena, tani, pacha, yena, pacha, kili, yena, kili, mom, yena, ma, teacher, amma, yena, teacher, kanaka, yena, kanaka, veetu, yena, veedu, yena, madi, mota, yena, mota, padani, yena, padani, vada, yena, vada, veetu, yena, veedu, yena, madi, mota, yena, mota, padani, yena, padani, vada, yena, vada, ama, vada, yena, ama, kulatu, ama, yena, kulu, tiri, yena, tiri, vadaku, tiri, yena, vadaku, kuttu, yena, kuttu, kuma, kuttu.
पढ़ के सुनाओ। सबके सामने। कम टू द प्रिंसिपल। देखिए मैडम, स्कूल भर में पर्ची बांटती फिर रही है। इसको बोलो पढ़ के सुनाए।
Periods. पीरियड्स 10 से 12 साल की उम्र से शुरू हो जाते हैं। ये हर महीने होते हैं जब यूट्रस अपनी लाइनिंग खून के रूप में योनि से बाहर निकालती है। पीरियड्स हफ्ते भर तक चल सकते हैं। पैड इस्तेमाल करने से हम सब कुछ कर सकते हैं। पीरियड्स कोई बीमारी नहीं, शर्मिंदा होने की चीज़ नहीं, ये कोई श्राप नहीं, और इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि आप मरने वाले हो। पीरियड्स आपके स्ट्रॉन्ग हेल्दी वुमेन बनने की निशानी है।
आपको पता है आप इसके लिए सस्पेंड हो सकते हैं।
हम तो सिर्फ 4 दिनों के लिए स्कूल मिस करेंगे, लेकिन जो ये चैप्टर नहीं जानते उनका स्कूल तो हमेशा के लिए छूट जाएगा मैम।
विस्पर ने अब तक 5 करोड़ से ज्यादा स्कूल गर्ल्स को पैड्स और पीरियड एजुकेशन दिया है। विस्पर अल्ट्रा चूज करने पर आप भी इस मिशन को सपोर्ट कर सकते हैं, सो दैट टुगेदर वी कैन कीप गर्ल्स इन स्कूल।
Okay, I'll just give a bit of context here. So, period is such a big taboo in India and especially in rural areas that nobody talks about it. The girl doesn't know what it is. So the mothers, they don't talk about it at home. The teachers, they don't talk about it in school. And what happens is, the only way that they can learn about is through books. And unfortunate part is that the chapter which explains the entire menstrual cycle was actually removed from the course. So that's why it's called the missing chapter. And what happens is when the girls go through a period or a menstrual cycle, they feel so scared that they're going to die or something grave is happening, and they are not, don't have the facility of using sanitary pads. So they tend to drop out from school. And it is not one or two or hundreds. It's crores and crores of girls. They drop out of school when they come to this stage. So therefore, this gang of three rebellious girls, what they do is they create on a red page the missing chapter. That's how the campaign narrates the story. And because it's not there in the books, they're trying to educate the rest of the girl folks by creating photocopies on the red paper, red because it's blood, it signifies blood. And they're trying to pass it on in every other way. You know how the chits are being passed when you're in the assembly, or how when you play a game of, I don't know what it's called, where you sit and you put a ball or something behind a hanky beside the back, or it's in the tiffin, or it's like an aeroplane, etc., etc. And how beautifully, they keep on doing this. And when they get caught, they recite it on the assembly, and they, even the teachers acknowledge it. And this is not something that has been fabricated. The government of India has recognized this, and the entire missing chapter has been included now back in the books. So this is a huge, huge program that is led by Whisper, the entire PNG folks. And like I said, it's created a huge impact overall. And it's an award-winning campaign. It won the Grand Prix at Cannes. And again, one of my favorite works. Any reflections? Anyone wants to say anything about the brand? How you feel about the campaign? You can just say I like it or I dislike it. That would also be great to hear. Come on, guys. Always feel free to share your point of view.
I like the way they destigmatize periods primarily. I think that's something I like generally about the ad.
I didn't get it either. Could you just repeat? Sorry.
I like the way they destigmatize periods because it's such a
remove the
hush
stigma.
topic.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it takes a lot of courage to do that. I think that's worth appreciating. Anything else?
I think it was a beautiful campaign because a lot of us girls can relate to it, that there have been times when some older relative or a teacher presented periods to us in a very stigmatized way and made us feel very scared about it. So it makes us appreciate those women in our life who make us feel that it's okay and it's not
It's
something
absolutely
that should be
normal.
stigmatized.
Absolutely, Sanskriti. Rightly said. It's a part of your daily life. It's absolutely normal. Any other thoughts about the brand? What do you think Whisper is doing? Is it in the right track?
I think it brings another issue into perspective, that many of us who are living in the urban areas don't know how serious the taboo around menstrual cycle is in the rural areas, because we have been privileged enough to come out of that vicious cycle. So it also brings that into perspective and sensitizes us more so that we can contribute to that problem and help village people who are still stuck in that taboo.
Absolutely, Tanisha. The fact that if ever you take marketing and in the course of years to come, you realize that the bulk of your sales or revenue will come from these rural markets. And therefore, to understand what are the challenges and what are the problems that the rural consumer is facing is going to create great unlocks, because we are among maybe the top 5% of the privileged folks in the entire India. We're still part of many Indias, and different things have different meanings in different parts of the country. So great point, Tanisha. I really appreciate that. Anything else that you would like to add on, girls, boys? I see Arushi has said the reply of the principal is really great. I agree. Finally, it came to a full circle with the principal.
I personally enjoyed seeing how the marketing idea was executed as a whole. And like midway between the video, I found myself hooked to it. Like I couldn't stop watching or even turn my eyes away. Apart from that, like the video mentioned that periods are not a curse, it's not a disease, it's something very normal and it should be normalized by now. But as Anisha mentioned, it's still a serious problem in rural areas and we still need to work upon that.
It's still an unresolved problem. We are still, very slow and very not even halfway there. Absolutely agree. And I do want to, I don't know if when I was at your age, I never saw the Cannes videos. Nobody showed the Cannes campaigns to me. But the fact, that the cases are brought alive, like Akshay, you said, with such impactful audio and video and the content and the way the storytelling is happening, it kind of gives you that you're part of this entire narrative and gives you goosebumps when you see what's happening. That's the power of marketing. Absolutely well said. All right. Any last words? One more person to go. Anybody wants to add any closing remarks? Come on, boys. We have not heard any boy here right now. One closing remark I want to hear from a boy. Diversity. If nobody would volunteer, I'll just call out a name that I see on the list here.
Ma'am, I had a question.
Hi, Vidang.
Hello.
Yes.
Ma'am, wanted to ask not about the campaign, but the
Yes.
fact that since this campaign revolves basically on the rural segment of India, how are we able to, or how do we exhibit and ensure that this reaches to the right audience? For let's say, if we are targeting the ways of marketing that we are doing, the channels of communication, how do we ensure that the idea that we want to promote is actually reaching the right audience? Given that there's a lack of proper resources in the rural areas, let's say television or internet as well.
Okay. So I think it's a very interesting question, Vedant. So this is not a marketing sales driving campaign, if I may put in layman terms. We are discussing brand purpose. So what we are seeing today is what is the purpose that the brand stands for? What is it the higher order narrative that the brand is taking? The brand right now is taking a okay. The first and the most important thing, and let's pick up Whisper here, the fact that it's a category which was insanitary pads, it is picking a problem which is very relevant because it solves for menstrual cycles. So that's something which is a relevant category. It is taking a problem which currently exists, which is a lot of people, there's a lot of taboo, there's a lot of stigma around periods. Like one of the ladies here mentioned that it's way more pronounced in rural, but it very well exists in urban. So what it is trying to solve for is it's trying to overtake the problem, the stigma around periods, by educating the girl folks as well, maybe their parents, their teachers, their mothers, everybody around it, that it's absolutely okay to talk about and educate the girl child about this problem. Again, the magnitude will differ. The rural folks will have a very high gap. The urban folks will have a very small gap. But this is not a campaign driving. This is not a campaign that's driving. Say sales for PNG. Let's try and differentiate these two things. There could be a lot of campaigns like Nike does, where the two will come very, very close, and you can almost not distinguish that it's a brand purpose out campaign or it's a sales driving campaign, etc. But here the brand is taking the higher order narrative. Yeah, absolutely. That is what we are trying to do. So, for example, one of the campaigns, share the load. Have you heard about it? It's a very interesting campaign by Surf Excel. Share the load. It's a very urbanized campaign. The fact where women is supposed to do everything. From the fact that you have to do the laundry, wash utensils, cook at home, do office work, etc. The facets of share the load will change where you move from cohort to cohort. But the higher order message that the brand is standing is share the load. The woman is loaded. Men folk, please share her load. You get it? So that's how the difference is.
Understood, ma'am. Makes a lot of sense.
All right. With this, okay, we have one more question from Shore, and then we will call it the shots. Yes, please go ahead.
Right. So, ma'am, not a question, but I was just saying that the way that the ad was structured, like the entire setting of it built around school, where the students and the girl child was taking place, I think added a lot of impact to the ad while appealing, since it gave an impression that the student and the girl child and everyone else also must be made aware about this thing, about periods since the very childhood, so that the entire stigma that is built around the Indian society is tackled with and the perception of people change. So I think I really appreciated that.
That's a great point, Shore. I completely respect it. You absolutely touched the right notes. Absolutely. All right. Dhruv, can we have the last slide, please?
Ma'am, do you mean the one with the corona?
No, this is the thank you.
Oh,
which says that, the idea of doing today's session was not to, like I said at the start, was not a monologue. I didn't want to preach on brand purpose. I wanted to ignite some thoughts. And that is why, I was so persistent in getting you guys to participate, because we can skip this. All right. I just want to say, for we are still much behind in the journey of brand purpose. It's still the beginning for us, where we have a long way to go, and it's also actually the beginning for you guys, because I hope you will be future marketeers, and you will invest a lot of energy and mind and everything in building brand purpose, because that's the way to go. I hope the session was useful. I really had fun interacting with all of you, and I wish you all the very best. Thank you.
Yeah, ma'am. Thanks a lot for that presentation. It was very insightful. Now we'll just conclude the session formally. So, as we wrap up today's session, we would like to express our heartfelt gratitude for the meaningful exchange that is taking place. A special thanks to our esteemed guest, Ms. Akanksha, for sharing her valuable expertise and insights. Your contributions have significantly enriched our understanding of the concept and expanded the horizons of our knowledge. The session would not have been possible without the unwavering guidance and support of Professor Simrat Kaur, Principal of Shri Ram College of Commerce, and Dr. Amanpreet Kaur, Convener of the Placement Cell. Finally, we extend our gratitude to the audience for making the fourth session of the Marketing Masterclass a tremendous success. Your enthusiasm and active participation fostered an environment of intellectual engagement and learning.